it was all done fairly and squarely. Again, 2 candidates for mayor of Qualicum Beach. Our first candidate for mayor is Mike Wansink. Mike, you have 5 minutes maximum, starting right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, 5 minutes is a little too short to give you the full account of my platform, but it's available on my website, mikewansink.com. What I really want to speak to is the most critical and urgent issue for the town, and that's the potential closure of KSS. And I want to speak to the leadership that's required to bring us into the future. You only need to look at your investment portfolios or witness what's going on in Europe and the Middle East to know that the world is subject to rapid change. That change imposes upon governments the need to make adaptations with creativity and innovation. As Darwin said, those who are not ready to adapt to a changing environment don't survive. Talking about rapid change, we were handed a real zinger last spring when there was an announcement of a possible closure of KSS. But that's only symptomatic. What I mean by symptomatic is if you're out for a walk and you're feeling cold, that means there's a symptom that the temperature's going down. And hopefully you brought a jacket to stay warm. And it's no different for the issue with KSS. It's symptomatic of our school population going down. The problem arose because there was no dialogue or sufficient dialogue between the school board and the town hall. And because of that, town hall unfortunately didn't even know that there was a change in the forecast. They were completely surprised, as were we. Had District 69 and the town been willing to look beyond their jurisdictional boundaries, they may well have been able to forecast that snow was on the horizon, and we would have been aware of the change coming. Now we're grasping at anything, finally recognizing that the potential closure of KSS is actually one that will change the demographic diversity of the town and possibly not attract families anymore. If unsuccessful in our scramble, the inevitable outcome will be an irreversible effect on our demographic, cultural, and economic sustainability. So, and the town will change, but unfortunately it will change in the wrong direction. So I'm determined that that won't happen on my watch. We can't afford to be complacent about the future either, so we have to make sure that we drill down and find out what the reasons for that lowering of the population of school is. And I suspect that it has something to do with the affordability of housing and the availability of jobs for young people. And we have to look after our families because that's their future. Over the last few weeks, you probably will have seen a sprinkling of signs on the roadsides that say leadership. Leadership is the capacity to motivate others to achieve a common aim. In today's world, and the days and the emergence of social networking, the idea of hierarchical leadership and polarized positions is no longer effective. Community leadership needs to move from confrontation, from distrust, from fear of retribution, to one of openness, trust, and lack of fear. I am committed to leadership, and I commit to you tonight. Leadership that is open, transparent, and accountable, understands best practices, and updates them regularly, is adaptable to change, will convert the long-standing goals that we've had in the OCP to real plans, and I'll provide them to you in writing. And I'll measure them and manage their progress. And I commit to you never to seek favor or credit for the achievements of the team. And I am also committed to recognizing achievement and ensuring that the rewards for success are shared. I've asked for your support in my providing some leadership to the community and serving you into the future.
Thank you, Mike. Our next candidate for mayor is Junice Westbrook. Junice, you have 5 minutes maximum, starting right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank the Qualicum Beach Resident Association for hosting this event, and in particular Doug Taylor, who's sitting over there, who has really been the stimulus behind this, and also to Maureen O'Hearn. And I'm very proud to tell you that this is probably the only all candidates meeting in this whole region that sings "O Canada." So thank you, Maureen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here again tonight, and I hope we can meet like this many more times. I love working with the town. I love working with council. I love working with our staff. And I want to thank, and I hope to ask you to join me, for thanking the outgoing councillors, and I know Councillor Avis is here, and also Councillor Becker and Councillor Wilson, for their many years of service and hard work on your behalf to make Qualicum Beach a better place to live. Because they understood that together we can preserve the very qualities that attracted us to Qualicum Beach in the first place, by maintaining a strong financial position and sticking to our official community plan. I'd like to highlight some of our achievements over the past 3 years, and it's interesting to note that Qualicum Beach actually got awarded to the Communities in Bloom the Team Effort Award. That's council, staff, and employees. And that's team effort, and that's leadership. I also like to highlight some of our past achievements. I think it's always important to note when councillors or people running for council or mayor, when they make commitments,